Should be. So we okay so far. Kugua kamera stage hapa. Camera on. Let's do it. Kamera hapa. Thanks. One, two, 1, 2. Sounds. One, two, 1, 2. One, two. Thank you for joining us online. Okay, kwa masikio pamoja. One, two. Thank you for joining us online. Kwa masikio pamoja. One, two. Thank you for joining us online. One, two. Thank you for joining us online. One, two. Thank you for joining us online. Online. Test. Good morning. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start serving breakfast over there. Please feel free. Good morning. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start serving breakfast over there. Please feel free. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start serving breakfast over there. Please feel free. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start serving breakfast over there. Please feel free. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start over there. Please feel free. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start over there. Please feel free. As we wait for the lounge to start, we can start over there. Please feel free. For the lounge to start, Lembra, esse itu kita sih itu baik tadi. Waduh kita main juga kita. Jadi kan vendo moderator. Debat betul. Betul kan itu. Tapi doang game. Ah, and call. Betul. Good morning. So we start in a few minutes. So if you've not been able to serve breakfast, do that right now, because we start in less than 10 minutes. Thank you.
It's working. Good morning. Good morning. Wananchi watukufu, habari yenu? Are you excited this morning? Yes, my name is Wayaki and I do work with Triva. I'm an account manager there and I'll be seeing you and most of your businesses throughout the program. So I would like you guys to just stand. Just stand. Simameni kidogo. And this is what I would like you to do. Approach someone that you didn't come with. Find out their name, one interesting thing about themselves, and then lastly, one expectation they have in taking this program called the Twende digital program. Are we okay? So their name, one interesting thing about themselves, and one expectation. Then I will pick someone randomly so you just get feedback from that. So let's move. Find out someone you never came with, someone you don't know. Find out those three things. Okay, move to the next person, move to the next person. At least you should have met 3 people. Move to the next person. Let's move, let's move. Move to the next person. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Let's move to the next person. Let's move. Move, 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 move to the next person. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Higher, higher, higher. Let's move to the last person now. Move to the third person. Move to the third person. The people who are here, go, go. Move to the third person. Okay, okay. Now we can have our seats. We can take our seats. We can go back, take our seats. We can take our seats. Yes, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. This is very encouraging. Let's take our seats. Okay. I just need 2 volunteers, a gent and a lady, to just tell me like who they met, an interesting thing and an expectation that they have. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go? Like, you look very eager, like you really want to share. Okay, fine.
Morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here. My name is Kevin. Met Sarah, Esther, Nicholas, Martha, Harrison, Scholastica, just a few. But an interesting thing that has really stood out with Martha, for example, is that she loves colors. And she's a brand specialist. She likes branding. She does branding. She's seated next to me here. And I told her we're in the same industry. So I'd like to know more about colors. And I also like to know more about digital marketing. And that's why I'm here. Know the kind that you'd learn from school, but from professionals. Yeah, so pleasure.
Let's give him a hand. Okay, let's have one lady to go. Looks like you want to.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. My name is Catherine, and I've met Leslie, Sally, and Becky. From all those, one thing that has stood out for me is Sally, because she's a skincare specialist, and I love skincare. So yeah, we align in that way. Yes.
Let's give her a hand. She's actually gotten her plug for skincare products. So it's good to network. Please don't be in a hurry. Ensure that you actually get to meet someone that you never met before, get to understand their business, get to know what they do. You just may never know. And to just cue us in terms of just getting to understand what the program that we anticipate to take over the next 1 year is all about, I'd like to cue in a video for us to just watch and get to understand a little bit more about the program. So. As they cue that in, just tell the neighbor next to you, thank you for coming, appreciate them. Mwambie asante kwa kuja. Yes, the food that was being prepared was for you. Yeah, appreciate them. Yeah. How many of us are hearing Twende Digital for the first time today? Okay, you have one. How many are hearing of Twende Digital today for the first time? Okay. How many have heard of Twende Digital before? Oh, you have? Okay. What do you know about the program?
It's mainly digitizing products online, I guess.
Give her a hand. Is actually part of the process is that the businesses that are going through the Twende Digital program will actually have marketing initiatives that will help them digitize what they have on their socials so that they get to translate that into more sales. Yeah. Someone else who's heard about Twende Digital? You have?
Well, from the application process, yes. To understand what the program entails, and just draw a roadmap towards how it will look and how to plan for it better.
So all those questions in terms of the roadmap, in terms of the expectations, in terms of the milestones are things that we'll have an opportunity to interact with and get to know through the content that will be shared. But we also have our team that is here from KEPSA, as well as Twiva team and CFOE, who are actually facilitators of the program. So basically, I think I would like to give a shout out to those guys. Oh, is it up? So I think I'd like them to just come so that you get to see the faces of those people who will actually be taking you through the program. So I'd like to invite the team from KEPSA to just come so that, and maybe Elijah can take the opportunity to introduce them. Then I'll have an opportunity to introduce the team that will be there from Twiva and our partner. So Elijah.
Thank you, Ayaki. And thank you once again for all of you. I know you've gone through jam, but you made it here on time. I know we also have the virtual audience. So my name is Elijah. I know we've met with you mostly online, not online, but on messages. I have sent a lot of messages to you guys, and thank you so much for making it this morning. So my team members, I will just introduce the program team, but you will get to meet more as the program continues. So I have my colleague here, Dorcas. Maybe you can just say hi. So I am a program specialist within the Kenya Private Sector Alliance.
Good morning. My name is Dorcas. I think I've talked to most of you. Yeah. So I'll be the one who'll be your contact person in the program, and I'm glad you honored our invite. Karibuni sana.
Thank you. We have Brian Angat.
Yeah, thank you, Elijah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name is Brian Langat. I work with KEPSA under M&D and Impact, and I'm happy to meet you all. Thanks for coming. We'll engage more as we move along. Thank you.
We've heard from Safaricom, we've heard from MCA, the things that they're doing with SMEs, but we've heard from an SME that has walked that journey with less than what we have today, we as SMEs. We also have walked it. We've heard from Safaricom, we've heard from MCA, the things that they're doing with SMEs, but we've heard from an SME that has walked that journey with less than what we have today, we as SMEs. We also have walked the journey as KEPSA, and 70% of our membership is actually SMEs. We have over a reach of over 1 million, actually about 2 million members, but 70% is SMEs. And that gives us the passion of why we must do this work.
Congratulations to the team, KEPSA and the partners.
We've been able to significantly build a portfolio of the work that we do on youth and jobs, and we work within a couple of domains from digital economy, entrepreneurship, TVET, as well as a lot of work on intermediation, entrepreneurship, and also research and policy work.
My name is Dr. Ehud Gachogo. I work at Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and I'm the Global Director for Youth and Jobs. Basically, KEPSA is the apex body of business membership organizations in Kenya. So we bring together the private sector, largely, all businesses, if as we know them, whether they are coming in through associations, what we call the sector associations, or they're coming through whether national or multinational SMEs or small enterprises. Twende Digital is one of the recent innovations that we as a program developed, and Twende Digital is a program that seeks to support SMEs to access digital capabilities to be able to expand their businesses, but at the same time being able to have young people who help in those processes, and as an outcome, then we create jobs for young people.
My name is Beatrice Gishohi. I work as the country lead for the Challenge Fund for Youth Employment in Kenya. The Challenge Fund for Youth Employment is funded by the Dutch government, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to support youth employment in Africa and the MENA region. CFOA works with private sector organizations and seeks to invest in some of them that have a potential to scale, to be replicated, and they have solutions for youth employment. We have focused on 3 windows, specifically in Kenya. This is green, digital, and the creative sector. And the Twende digital project that's being implemented by Twiva and KEPSA aligns very well because it cuts across the 3 sectors. Therefore, it supports the CFYE mission in Kenya.
Hi, my name is Joy Mwangi, co-founder and COO at Twiva, and we would like to welcome you and say congratulations for making it for the cohort 2 of the Twende digital program. Businesses within the private sector have the core mandate to be able to digitize 400 MSMEs, as well as create jobs for 1,800 influencers, or as we like to call them, resellers. Now, in our second cohort, which is year 2, we have the jurisdiction to be able to then create jobs for 900 influencers. And you who's watching as a business is to ensure that you can take advantage of the platform in ensuring that you can make sales for your business. Now, in case you're wondering, why should you stay excited for joining the program? For one, you get some great benefits such as influencer marketing that enables you to boost your digital brand on the social media platforms for customers to get to see what you're selling. Number 2, you get content creation. Now, if you look at our first year, we were able to create content for almost 80% of the businesses to ensure that they're having a vibrant digital marketing space, as well as coaching and mentorship that ensures that you are learning the perks of being an entrepreneur and some of the nuggets of how you can improve the business processes and operations that you already have.
Hi, my name is Tabitha Mwai. I'm a business coach with Twende Digital Program. And my role as a coach mainly involves working with SMEs to just look at where their businesses are in terms of digital media, helping them to digitize their businesses and help them improve on the areas that they are struggling with in order to improve their cash flow and also to expand their businesses and sales. And my experience so far has been quite enlightening, working with various businesses in different sectors, from the beauty sector to manufacturing to people in solar energy. It's quite interesting when you interact with various businesses and seeing where they are, and even seeing that the businesses, they are all interested in being digital, but when it comes to being digital, it means something different for every business.
My name is Purity Gikimi, and I am a director at Crystalax Consumer Products Limited, where we manufacture and distribute tissues, serviettes, and hand towels. We have had the privilege to work at or to be supported by Twende Digital Program, and it has been very helpful to our business. We had been assigned a coach, and it was very insightful. We learned a lot of things, and we were also able to develop some of the things that had been a challenge to us, and we were able to come up with solutions.
My name is Phoebe Morioki, and I am here to represent Heredity Factory, Heredity Brands, and we are based in Murang'a County. I would like to thank KEPSA, and also the Twende Digital Program has enabled us to ensure that our products have been seen online. You see, brand visibility is one thing, and embracing the online platform is very critical in our current situation in Kenya, and it has helped us to grow our brand awareness.
Any SME that is out there and need to grow, the digital program is such a program that can help them uplift their business performance, business sales, and equally grow. So I would recommend it to as many entrepreneurs as possible that are out there.
Are you out there? You're running a small business. Do not miss out this opportunity that has been availed to you by the Twende Digital Project. Be there.
Wow. Thank you. We are actually here. I'm a VP. We're here. Yeah, so the key things that you could learn from that video, the key stakeholders is yourself as a business that will actually be going through the program. Then the other stakeholder that you shall find is the coaches, and the coaches will actually be the individuals who will come and interact with you at your business location, get to understand a little bit more about your business, and also to help in terms of the digital initiatives that have been started. How are they helping you in terms of conversions, stuff like that? Then other stakeholders that you find are the resellers. You may not interface with them physically, but those will be on the Twiva platform where most of your products are going to rest. And these are the people who will pick those products from the platform and actually broadcast them through their social media platforms to ensure that you guys get to realize sales. Are we together till that point? Yeah, so it's exciting, and I would like to invite our next speaker, and he's actually the head or the chief of SMEs in KEPSA, and his name is Mr. Harrison Ngatia. So kindly, please, let's give him a hand as we welcome him to give us his first address.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Kwani hamjakula breakfast? Mnaongea si mmekula breakfast? Let's have some energy. As you have heard, my name is Harrison Gatia. I work at KEPSA. I lead the SME work at KEPSA. And as you have heard from the video that was played earlier, why KEPSA, why SME are important to this, to KEPSA. One is over 90% of the businesses in Kenya are SMEs. And the numbers currently, they are around 7.5 million businesses in Kenya. And out of those, the 7.5, the 90% are SMEs, and they generate over 84% of employment opportunities. So you can see how that is important. And they generate around 40% in terms of the national GDP. However, most of the SMEs are unlicensed and they operate informally, around 79%. And one of the things that we are doing is now how to see, because for you to grow, you need to operate formally. So how do you ensure that we work together with you to ensure that we, the things that for a business to be termed as formal, what are some of the things that we need to work with you to ensure that you scale? Then the other aspect, how many have operated more than 5 years here in the room? Congratulations. If you understand the Kenyan market, 80% of the business die within 5 years. So what does that mean? There's something that you are doing that is light. You just need to continue doing it and scale. And then, and the major reasons that most of the businesses says why their business die is usually the access to funds, operating funds. And I will mention some of the focus areas that we, as KEPSA, we are focusing on. So at SME and enterprise development, we are working on 5 areas. One is linking to funding, being that most of the business die because of lack of funding. So that is one of our key area. Second is linkage to markets. I'm very sure everyone to be linked to markets. So that's another area. The third area is on capacity building. We have realized sometimes we have so many opportunities, but when we come to the business is not able to take them because they don't have the capacity. So how do we work with you to ensure you have that capacity so that you can be able to take advantage of those opportunities? Then the fourth focus area is innovation. If you all now understand how the global market operate, is that you can sell from anywhere and any business can sell from anywhere to. So you are competing with business from a global market. So how do you continue innovating to ensure that you are competing? So we are learning innovation challenge, and we are also working with other partners. I will provide more details on all these areas. Then the last area is on thought leadership, policy and regulations. As you understand KEPSA, our main work is to ensure that we advocate for a good business environment for businesses. So even as we handle the large corporates and medium corporates, then the SMEs issues are slimmed. I'll provide more details. So in terms of now the funding, we have a program that we are running called Genuine Growth Program. It's a program that seeks to address the funding gap for young women and young men, micro enterprises, but we're also looking at businesses that are operated by not young people, but they are working with young people, because the main aim is to support young people to get employment. So if you have a business and you still not a young person, but you are working with young people, you are still eligible to be part of the program. So we are addressing the funding gap, but we are also pairing the financial support with tailored technical assistance or capacity buildings, so that we ensure that the areas that you could be the different challenges that you could be facing, how can we help you? So the Genuine Growth Program is a 7-member consortium, and with partnership with Mastercard Foundation. So KEPSA is one of the implementing partners. So far, we have supported over 3,000 businesses with the funding of over 108 million Kenya shillings. So there are different opportunities, and I will provide. So we have the working capital, we have asset financing or LPO financing. And in terms of different types of funding, we have 2 types of major funds: micro loans and SME loans. So for micro loans, those are the small businesses just started. So to be eligible, you just need to have operated within 1 month, and you can access a funding between 5,000 to 100,000, repayable between 6 months to 12 months. Very competitive interest rate, one of the best in the market, less than 10% per annum. But in terms of per month, because it's on reducing basis, is 0.83% per month. So one of the competitive you can find in the market. Then we have the SME loans. SME loan, still the same competitive rate, 9.85% per annum. So you access a funding of between 100,000 to 14 million, repayable within 2 years. So those are some of the other aspects that as you work, as you get support from the Twende digital programs, you're also eligible to be part of. Then we also have a platform where called MSME Financing Gateway. that aims at reducing the barriers of access to information. I'm very sure you hear there is a lot of funding for SMEs, but you don't know where they are. So one of the solutions and innovative solutions that we have come up is to aggregate all the funding available for SMEs. So we have a platform called MSME Financing Gateway. It's already live. You can go to your browser, Google it, register, and see what is available. Right now, it's the time that we are currently ensuring that we have all the different stakeholders, whether the SMEs, whether they are financial institutions or business development service providers, but we currently have numbers. In terms of financial institutions, we already have 90 in the platform. In terms of business development services providers that can support you, we already have over 90. And we already have over 1,000 SMEs in the platform. So it matches your needs. If you have needs, once you search based on your need, it will bring you the available financing options that are there. Then I'll go to the second focus area on market linkage. So we do this through different things. Currently, we have a program for export readiness with collaboration with DHL. There could be some of you who have participated. We have learned 3 cohorts already, and we continue doing that. Then the other thing we are now launched is supply diversity program, where we are linking the SMEs with large corporates. So based on the different opportunities that are there. So we have just launched that program. We have a curriculum that we have developed just to ensure that some of the challenges based on the feedback that we have received from large corporates, we are able to ensure that we enhance your capacity so that you can be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Then we learn expos, exhibitions, and trade forums that support business to access different opportunities. Then the other aspect now is the capacity building. We have, for you to access the funding, you have to go through the investor readiness. So it's a 2 days training, full days training, just to take you through what the financiers are looking for before you apply for the fundings. So it will look at financial management, bookkeeping, and other critical areas that the financial institutions are looking for. Then we are also looking at business growth training. Once you get the funding, how do we work with you to ensure that you continue implementing strategies that will ensure you scale? Then the other training is specialized training, where we are looking at trainings that are now focused on sector specifics. So if you are in a certain area, how do we customize a training that will ensure you enhance your skills in that area? So those are the 3 types of trainings that we are offering. And also, as part of benchmarking, we offer to different organizations, especially those who have been able to grow from SME to large corporates, so that you can learn from them. You can learn from what is their journey, what are the challenges, and how are they able to overcome them. What are some of the systems that they are using? What can you borrow? What are some of their marketing strategies in terms of expansion? So all those things, so that you can borrow from them. The last one we had from Bidco in less than 2 weeks ago, and we had another one from Space and Style and Isuzu. So these are quarterly to us, and you will be welcomed, because now you are in our ecosystem. You'll be getting information towards registration, towards participation. Then our focus, the 4th focus area is innovation. So as I mentioned, we have last year we launched our annual KEPSA Annual Innovation Challenge, and during the KEPSA SME conference, we were able to award 9 winners in different categories with cash awards. And we are also able to ensure that we work together after that. We ensure that the areas that they have indicated that they need to be addressed, we work with them, whether they are capacity issues or they are market linkages. So we are working with them to ensure that they continue growing. On innovation, we're also working with the different ecosystem players who have different innovation support system. So once we get information, we share, and people are able to get those information. Then finally, on thought leadership, policy and regulation, that's why we have the annual SME conference. We launched this year. It will be now annual every year. This year, we had over 2,000 participants, over 800 physically and over 1,300 virtually. And majorly the conference was looking at recognizing and showcasing innovation. We had a very robust, in terms of exhibition, we had over 120 exhibitors, majorly SMEs, few ecosystems that support SMEs, but over 100 of exhibitors were SMEs. Then, as I finish, we also are working with finalizing on SME policy index. So this is a study that seeks to assess and track the effectiveness of policies affecting the SMEs. So that has been happening the whole of this year. So we have identified gaps, opportunities, and best practices in policies, which we are now, as we finalize, we'll be launching this before the end of the year. Will guide our now advocacy agenda as we go forward. So as we continue working with you to identify the gaps, the policy gaps, we already have some we have already identified, and we will continue working with you to ensure that we advocate for a conducive environment. Then in terms of upcoming opportunities, every month we roll out a calendar. So our calendar for this month for our trainings will be happening majorly in eastern region of the country and Mount Kenya. So when you think about Makueni, Machakos, Nyandarua, Shuka, and Embu, and also Nairobi. So if you'll be interested, you can go to our website or our social media. They are already there. You can apply, and we'll continue supporting you. And I think with that, I'll stop there. Asanteni sana.
I give a little bit of justice to that. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Ngatia. He has mentioned 5 things, I think, as businesses we are going to derive from being part of this ecosystem. The first one was?
Linkage to funding opportunities.
Linkage to funding opportunities. The second one? Through the GNWE.
Market linkage.
Market linkages. The third one?
Capacity building.
Capacity building. The fourth one? Backbenchers. Mentorship. There's someone who said innovation. And then the last one? Thought leadership and policy. So let's give him a hand. That was amazing. And in that momentum, I'd like us to just be a bit more jovial kidogo. I'd like us to sing a nursery rhyme that we had. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you surely want to show it. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Good job. Okay, so the next person who I'd like to invite to actually address us is one of the stakeholders of the program, and you've actually seen it on the banner there. It's Twiva. So please help me welcome our COO, who will just give us a little bit more understanding about who Twiva is, when it was started, how you hope and how Twiva looks at businesses getting to derive value from this partnership. So please help me welcome our COO and co-founder, Joy Mwangi. Please give her a hand.
Thank you, Wayake. Good morning. As he's mentioned, my name is Joy Mwangi. Very delighted, by the way, today to have you in the room. I don't know why speakers stand behind a podium, so allow me to stand in the crowd with you. Today marks a very remarkable day because you've just taken your day one into the program that perhaps will give you the elevation that you need. As I was coming up the elevator, I met a wonderful lady and she was talking about her business. And she says, hey, I'm into fashion and apparel. And the one thing that I want for my business is brand awareness. And I think that program can do that for me. I said, you're in the right room. So Twiva, before I tell you about Twiva, growing up, my mom used to be a tailor. And I remember she used to make such great apparel. And unajua wale customer wanashindwa akikam. So after shule, unaenda unaketi kwa shop yake, anaendelea kushona dress na ukifanya homework. And when I think about that, that being almost maybe 30 years ago, the one thing now that she could have done better was digitization. You know, now we're saying the customer is looking for you online, for one. Number two is brand awareness, right? So the more people know about your craft, the more they give you business, right? And I think primarily that is what this program wants to do for you. When we joined with KEPSA, that's Twiva and KEPSA, courtesy of CFYE, I like to call them our Sponyo. They gave us that ability to be able to empower businesses to do that, get to the right market, to digitize you, to be on a footprint where customers can easily get you. And number two, you're able to then get your marketing that allows you to have the influence that you need. So who is Twiva? Twiva is a social commerce platform. And how many, by the way, have gone to Twiva's site? Just asking. Okay, I like it. I like it. I should have come with gifts, man. So if you go to www.twiva.com on your phone, you'll be able to see the platform I'm talking about. So we're a social commerce platform that enables businesses as yourself, and that's why you sit here today, to efficiently market and sell through trusted resellers. So my very able co-founder and CEO is also in the room, Peter Kironji. And I remember when we're looking at the vision, we're saying we want to be able to create, number one, meaningful jobs for young people. Because again, how many people have children who are in the bracket of 18 to maybe 35? Yeah, there we go. I like kwanza ni front benchers, index one. I like it. I like it. And the one thing that young people have is they have a smartphone and they have social media, right? That's what they're consuming. And actually, a fun fact, as you say, in Africa, 60% of the population is going to be of the young people. By 30, we will be the continent with the youngest people, right? At 19, I like it, at a mean age of 19. Now, these guys are using 3 to 4 hours a day just on social media. Now, how does that work for you as a business? On our platform, what we do, we actually let these young people become the voice that helps you to sell and to effect. And that means that when they sell and they make a sale for you, then they get to earn through a commission, correct? So it means you, the business, you've gotten your value of actually selling something, and the young person has actually continued to diversify their revenue generation. So when we think about what we do, when we started and how our passion continued to evolve, we were a brand awareness agency that basically enabled businesses to get the right voice of influence through influencer marketing, through Twitter trends, and through WhatsApp seeding. WhatsApp, again, WhatsApp is a very powerful tool. I think everybody is in a WhatsApp group, right? And the reason you're there is because you find it credible. So when your admin is able to market something to you, you trust that that particular product actually works, and you have that interest in converting into a sale. And so when we continue to listen to the businesses, they were saying, hey, I love that I'm getting awareness and the customer knows my brand, but more than just knowing me, I actually want to be able to sell. right? And so that's how social commerce came to be. And it's a phenomena that is growing. When you think about Amazon and Shopify in the European markets, in Africa, in Kenya, at least Twiva continues to stand as one of the leading social commerce platforms. And we pride ourselves in being able to create value for businesses. Now, to the good stuff. I love what Harrison mentioned about KEPSA. And I say, if you're not a member, please join, because as a founder, as a business owner, you continue to need to be in a community that allows you to learn where the trends of the market is going. What opportunities are they opening up for you as a business, and how do you take advantage of that? So in this program, as Twiva, we're saying that there are a few things that we want to be able to do for you. One is to be able to do the first thing that we started with, influencer marketing. That means getting the right kind of voice to talk on behalf of your brand and to say, hey, I exist and this is what I do. And I love that young people, when you think about Gen Z language, I don't know whether you've heard my favorite phrase now, I'm trying to keep up, is it's not giving. You know, I don't know what that means, but when they don't like something, they say it's not giving. So for us, we're saying through influencer marketing, we want to do just that. We want to give your brand the influence that you need. The second thing that we want to also do as Twiva for you in this program is to give you access to market digitally. So that's digitization. That's why we're empowering you to be able to sit on a commerce platform where customers and resellers can actually do that. They power your brand by selling for you and they get to earn, but more so the customer is able to access you digitally. Now, when you think about the power of social media, everything here, including Twitter, is now our newspaper, if you think about it. So for your business, when you sit on Twiva's platform, then you get to have a range of diverse customers who are able, even new customers, by the way, who are able to say, hey, I like your product and I want to buy. Now, when you think about digital footprint, what we're able to also do for you within the program is content creation. So you will have, and I know Dr. will come to talk about how coaches and mentorship will be part of the program. Now, this coach is able to come and sit with you and analyze what your business needs, right? So there are an array of things that you can get, but the coach would say, hey, I think what you need first is a digital footprint. So we create content for you to help you to kind of get to the customer in the way and the style that they deserve and what they are is appealing for them. And then when you think about logistics and fulfillment, again, the customer saw you online, they bought a product. So how do they actually get the product to their house without talking to you? So again, we get to support you with logistics and fulfillment to see how does the customer then, through the partners that we've gotten, get their product. Now, the beauty about it and why you should be excited today, as we say, when we journey this 1 year with you, we want to be able to monitor, and this will not be the only interaction we'll have with you, to be able to see how is your business doing since we started. Are you growing digitally? Are you getting customers? Financially, are you actually converting customers, and what can we do? So every other quarter, we want to be able to have a touch point that basically benefits you through the social commerce platform. Again, I'm not one for too many words. That is Twiva in a nutshell. And as I think from a video that started, Karibuni-san, I think the excitement sits with us more than it does with you. Very excited to journey this program with you. Karibuni for cohort 2.
Let's give it up for Joy again. So I'm sure you've also grasped a few things about the opportunities that you have on the Twiva platform. Have we? Yes, yes. So let me get here. Today is participation. So what have you understood as some of the opportunities you can get through Twiva?
Marketing, social media influencing marketing.
Social media influencing marketing. Someone else? Pardon? Shika mic, shika mic.
She mentioned logistics and fulfillment.
Logistics and fulfillment. There's one that I'm waiting to hear. Exactly. Content creation. Thank you so much, guys. So give it up again to Joy for that. So the next person who will be with us is the Acting Deputy Chief Executive Officer and also the Global Director for Youth and Jobs and Ajira Digital in KEPSA. He's an expert on youth employment and skills development with over 20 years of experience. 20 years. That's actually sound right now. I think he's graduating university. Yeah. Professional and technical experience in youth employment programs in Kenya, and abroad. Please help me welcome Dr. Ehud Gashogo.
Good morning, everyone. You know, anytime I am with Wayaki and he's emceeing, he has to demolish my credibility so that I don't look youthful, as I have been telling him I'm younger than him. But I always tell him that even if I'm not a youth, I'm youthful. So once again, allow me to welcome all of you to this very exciting event today, which is to launch the Twende Digital Project, Cohort 2. I am really, really grateful to see all of you, their missing faces, and I hope that we all have had good breakfast and ready for this, exciting phase of the program. Much has been talked about the program, and I want to applaud all the speakers who have spoken before me. It clearly means that we have the right partners in the room to be able to achieve a greater mandate that you have as private sector, but also to support our country in its endeavor to its growth agenda and journey, as you also see how best we can improve on the businesses. There's a lot that has been talked about passionately about our commitment to the small, medium enterprises. And we want to appreciate Challenge Fast for Youth Employment, Paul and the team, for really trusting and believing in the power of KEPSA and TWIVA to be able to support in supporting businesses while we at the same time create jobs and opportunities for our young people. And so today, as you've seen in the video, marks the second phase of the program. We had the first phase of the program, which started last year. And this first phase of the program was really a lot about learning. We tested a lot of new models to just understand what works for this context. As you're aware, when you're starting a new project in an environment that is extremely dynamic, fast-paced, and fast-moving, you have a lot of assumptions. And so once you hit the ground, you realize that the game is very, very different, that even the things that you think that you can win on the home ground, they look like you're playing on an away game. And so that's exactly what happened. So as we sit here today, the excitement that we have is the fact that we have learned so much on the first phase of the program. And we are coming here a little bit more brighter, sharper, but also open to learning even much more and hoping that as we work together during this phase, we will together be able to make a big and significant contribution to your businesses, but also more importantly is our commitment together to solve youth unemployment crisis. And as I was talking to everyone here, one thing came in common that yes, we are ready to embrace digital transformation to be able to work for us and also to work for others. And therefore, I want to conclude by saying that you are in the right place. So allow me then to delve a little bit into the work that KEPSA does and who KEPSA is. How many here are members of KEPSA? If you're a member of KEPSA, either directly or through affiliation, just let me see by you so that I know how deep I can go. Hey, my KEPSA team, how are you? Can you see? But I always say one thing, I have to clarify. Whether you are a paid up member of KEPSA, you also sit as a potential member of KEPSA. So everyone in this room is a member of KEPSA. It depends with which category of KEPSA you are in, because KEPSA represents all businesses, wherever they are, whatever the size, as Harrison said, it doesn't really matter. We speak for business and we represent the business. So my call for you is that as we continue to go on with this program and with this commitment, find a reason to move your membership. You know, you cannot all class stay in one class. You need to be graduating up the radar, right? So find a place to just join KEPSA as a paid up member so that you can access all the benefits that Harrison has outlined and many more. So KEPSA is the apex body of private sector in Kenya, and we pride ourselves for bringing the private sector together irrespective of the size. We have industry association, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, chambers of commerce, and the rest, which are sectoral business membership organizations as part of KEPSA. But we also have direct members, whether they are large corporates or SMEs that are interested in bringing their voice together so that we can advance the economic agenda of this country together. So ours is to represent the private sector wherever they are, irrespective of geography, irrespective of the size. And we have over 2 million members who are under KEPSA. And we also host the International Chamber of Commerce Kenya chapter that allows us to access an additional 45 million businesses globally. KEPSA also is the focal point for East African Business Council, meaning that our representation and the footprints to East Africa is well secured through KEPSA. And that's the reason why the more we are, the merrier it gets, and the more we expand the opportunity as we continue to tap into the East Africa market as a block, but also command the Africa as a whole. So there are many things that we do. Part of the work that we've done is around policy advocacy, which we are very much known for. It's a craft that we've been very consistent about for the last over 20 years. But also we are very cognizant and very intentional about supporting businesses to thrive. And the reason we support businesses is because our key mandate is to ensure that businesses are thriving in whatever manner, beyond just the policies and ensuring these right policies in place, the business environment is conducive. There is also the direct support that we really think that, coming together, we can give each other through aspects like the networking, through aspects like what, the SME team is doing, the capacity building, access to market, connecting you to larger and bigger enterprises, whether here nationally or through the multinational members of our organization, or through many other activities that we're doing, primarily around youth and jobs, which I have also the privilege of serving as the director. But the private sector is very critical in this conversation. And it is important for us to understand that in whichever direction we look at the matters job creation, matters economic development, matters social development, private sector sits at the center of those intersections. In a well-surviving, thriving private sector that has clear understanding of its role in an economy is such an important engine. And so we are very, very cognizant of that aspect, and that is why all our efforts are geared towards establishing a robust, strong private sector that is able to drive innovation, drive strategic change, both at policy, but also at the enterprise level. And the statistics here have been shared that we cannot solve the issue of youth unemployment if we do not address the issues that are impeding businesses from growth. There is a direct relationship between a thriving, growing economy and job creation. And as a KEPSA, as an organization, we are very cognizant of the role that we should play when we come together and bring our numbers to power. And I know the numbers have been talked about. What's the contribution of the private sector? What's the size of the GDP contribution again, and also job creation? But to the SME sector, we are aware that 40% of our GDP is contributed by the SME. That's a very important constituency. And that is why, as an organization, we are very dedicated to ensuring that the SMEs are growing, they have the right opportunities, they have the right skill set, and they're guided, mentored, and given a platform where they can be able to tap into technology, they can tap into innovation to be able to become better, stronger, and resilient businesses. And as you're aware that, the SMEs, even if they contribute 40% of the GDP, they contribute over 80% of their employment. That's so significant. And therefore, we cannot divorce the role SMEs do and support the economy in terms of creating opportunities for young people, whether they are those who have finished education or those who are seeking to be entrepreneurs. This is how we believe that the private sector plays a big role. Now, Twende Digital is a very unique program because it brings all those elements together into one. And so as we start this journey, it is important for us to be appreciative that we are going to be trying to bring technological capabilities into the businesses to solve two things: to solve the issue of business growth and capacity and resilience. And on the other hand, we're saying we are also solving the issue of job creation. Those two go hand in hand, and that is the silver bullet of economic growth. An economy that is able to look at its people and their capacity, the capacity of the business, and the ability to grow and to be resilient, then it is guaranteed for growth. And it has been said by Joy very well, the aspect of digital transformation is so important. When I was sitting here and I was looking in this room, I remember when we began talking about the importance of digital economy in this country. That was way back in 2016. Let me surprise you. If we called a meeting to discuss digital transformation, we will not even be not even a quarter of this room. No one would show up because it's like those prophets who are prophesying a message that look, very far-fetched. But right now, we are very much cognizant of the fact that we cannot be able to run businesses that are growing, that are tapping into the opportunities globally without really thinking about technology. And technology for me is not just about the ICT, but also is the way we are also innovating, how we are also being able to tap into new market opportunities. And the only way to do that is to make sure that we understand how we have to transform our business models to be able to tap into the existing innovations globally. This morning, I was listening to a very powerful testimony by a young man from Morocco who was, educated in Europe, and he came back after his education to start business in Africa. And this young man, have a very good e-commerce platform. And he was asked, why would you move from Europe to come back to Africa to start business? And, we know the paradox is that millions of young people want to move to Europe. So it's very, very paradoxical that people are coming back to start businesses in Africa while we are asking people to go to other places to do what? So that they can survive. And this young man said this, that Africa is the bedrock of opportunities. And if you're not doing business in Africa, you're not in business. And therefore, what should we then do to be able to be in business? And he said one thing, that we have to appreciate how technology can help us to leapfrog faster. I don't have to travel to do a market assessment of the new innovations that are taking place around my area of interest in Europe, because those trends there could be 5-6 years ahead of us, but they are coming. And therefore, technology can help us to be able to accelerate our innovation around business, being able to bring technologies that are resilient and they are complementary to the needs of the new markets and the new demands of young people, and also our customers. And therefore, digital transformation has to go beyond just understanding you having your elements or your products, your businesses online. And I think this is a very beginning point. And I'm really being very disruptive here, and I know that the beginning point is for you not to have a nice digital marketing. In fact, I would call that a kindergarten. That's the beginning point. The first step is to ensure that you know that you can actually be found globally. But then that is a long journey that you're beginning. How then do we use the data you are collecting from your customers, from your suppliers, to be able to help you manage, make strategic decisions, and expand your innovation and business, become a more intelligent business? That is now our desire, that as we start this program on Twende Digital, we will definitely work with you around giving you the platform to learn, the platform to make sure you're feasible, the talent to help you do your content, talent to help you do your digital marketing, talent even to coach you on how you can become better. But for us, the goal is bigger. As Twende Digital Project, we continue to go. We are not trending. We are not stopping. So we also invite you to the journey of working with us and ensuring we are maximizing on this new wave of AI revolution. We're talking about data analytics. We're talking about cybersecurity. all those new innovations are going to be embedded within the program. And as an organization, we have all those programs that are already in place, and we will be giving them as value addition to the members of the Twende Digital program. We have a program with Microsoft that is talking about AI national skilling, and we have a program with Mastercard Foundation that is giving more robust technical skilling. We have a program with another partner, which is actually doing more deep technical skilling. And so all these capabilities are going to be part and parcel of the Twende digital ecosystem, plus what Harrison said. So as we stand here, maybe as a wrap up, is to say that we're very committed to this process. We are very clear about the end game, but we're also very sure that as we do this, we will leave no one behind. Young people have to become our business partners. For the long time, it is time we appreciate what young people bring on board. And I have always been saying, anytime I have an opportunity, a time has come for us to say that, yes, these young people, there's something they know that we don't know. Number one, they are very techno-savvy. Number two, they are the market of today. And number three, they're the markets of tomorrow. So if we are able to embed them and bring them on board early enough, whether as digital marketers, whether as resellers, whether as content creators, whether as system designers, whatever manner you want to bring them in, please do not bring them in as if you are doing them a favor. We are bringing them because they have something of value to bring to us. And therefore, if you have very intentional and effective partnership, we are all going to go very far. With that, allow me to really invite you to this program. We are excited to have you on board. And I believe as we continue to understand the program better, we will see different spaces in which we can all contribute. My clarion call is this, is that let's embrace this program in full. It is probably a program that doesn't meet everything that you need, but if you work together, we will ensure that a lot of the things that you require, we will be able to find a place where you can get them. And KEPSA is that place where you can get everything. And therefore, as I wind up, may I ask all of you who are not paid up members of KEPSA, the team KEPSA is here. See us after this, and we'll be able to guide you how to upgrade yourself to the next level from potential to a paid up member. I thank you.
I'll ask us to take that again. Please, let's give it up for Daktari. So I think I want to appreciate a few nuggets that he shared with us today. That Africa is a bedrock of what? Opportunity. And he's actually also told us that the youth are the people to partner with because they are the market for today and tomorrow. Then the last thing, how many of us as a business, how many represent businesses here? Please raise your hand. Confidently, hey, yes, you're among the 40% that contribute to our GDP. Please give yourselves a hand. Okay, so allow me to invite our next speaker. He's a global leader who is passionate about driving positive change and fostering a growth mindset. His journey, imagine, started as a high school teacher. So please help me welcome Mr. Paul Ngugi, who is the Deputy Country Lead for Challenge Fund for Youth Employment. Give him a hand, please.
I don't know where Oyaki got that profile, but he's my in-law. Sincerely, he is. And I used to train him to be who he is today, and his brother too. So my name is Paul. I'm representing my boss, Beatrice, who is not together with us today. And so I will have a few slides that I want to go through.
I represent also the Challenge Fund for Youth Employment. So the Challenge Fund for Youth Employment, as you go through the slides, has a mandate over the next, I would say 3 years, because I think we've tackled another 3, a 6-year mandate of creating decent jobs to 330 youth across Africa and Jordan. I say across Africa and Jordan because Jordan is on their side. And the rest of the countries, I think 11 countries are in Africa, Kenya being one of them. And of course, the lion's share of these jobs are in Kenya. We are mandated to bring about 55,000 jobs being created for young people in business and also in waged employment, and 50% of that being youth. We do that through competitive bidding of challenges like the one that we are working with together with Twiva and KEPSA, as you go to the other slide. And in our mandate, we've been tasked to either create jobs, improve jobs, or match jobs, or match youth to jobs. Creating a job is where we know we are right now talking about so many youth who are either completing college and they have the right skills, and they do not have anything that they're doing. They do not have a job. They do not have a business, meaning we are coming in and supporting organizations that are actually creating jobs, new jobs for the youth. Improving the jobs for the youth, we are talking about youth who are already working or youth who are already in business, and bringing on board the likes of Twiva, KEPSA, and the others to ensure that these youth can actually be able to access the right capital. They can be able to access the right markets and all that, so that as they work, then their businesses can also expand in a way that they will improve their earnings as we move on. We have that category of kind of employment where we are bringing supply and demand together. What does this say? We want to work with youth who are already skilled and organizations that already know that we can actually be able to hook these youth who are already skilled into employment, meaning probably we may not be able to do much in terms of skilling the youth because they are already skilled. Much part of our work will be looking for organizations that can actually match these skilled youth to employment, whether we are talking about employment inside the country, whether we are talking about cloud computing, which you do not have to be in the US to actually be able to work. You can sit at the comfort of your desk at home and be able to create a lot of job and all that. So all this is what we need to be able to do in the course of our 6 years when we'll be working here in Kenya. And how do we do that? How do we do that? We do that in 3 stages. One is co-investment. We invite, as we invite challenges, we are also inviting organizations that want to co-invest together with us, meaning that if we place $1, we want KEPSA and Twiva to also place $1, so that then we can be able to put those $2 together and reach out to the youth, either through the kind of programming that Twiva and KEPSA and the rest of them are giving, and that is what we call co-investment. Once we roll in institutions like KEPSA and the rest, we also provide a lot of technical assistance. We want them to be able to be comfortable, to be able to deliver on their mandate again of creating and improving jobs or even matching jobs. But we also big on learning. We want to be able to see where do we make mistakes and how can we be able to learn from them so that we can be able to improve programming as we move along. You can go to the next slide. I think I've talked about this a little, where we talk our approach really about addressing the specific challenge around creating, scalable solution and decent jobs. We insist on decency of jobs. And of course, when you're talking to the youth, decency is very subjective. Of course, when we bring in the International Labour Organization, they will define decency in a whole lot of ways. We were somewhere with KEPSA team last year, and we invited youth like yourself here. And the things they told us about decency is really far removed from what International Labour Organization would say decent work, a lot of money is in the pocket and all that. Youth talked about career growth. They talked about needing mentorship. They talked about being encouraged to whenever they come to work. They talked about being given opportunities to express themselves at work and all that, as part and parcel of what they would call decency. Youth talked about being recognized, being recognized when they do work and all that kind of things that we also didn't think about that. And together with everything that we have been able to pick, that is really what we would talk about decency. And so as we learn together with the teams that we're working with, we are very, very keen to be able to continue defining the youth job decency as much as possible, so that then we do not leave it at the dollar term. We want to leave it at a place where we are actually able to understand that they are calling it decent because they are not recognized in the village. Right now, when I go with my uniform at home, even if my job, probably people don't even know what I do, they will actually say, oh, he is working somewhere. I'm respecting the community. And the youth really love that so much. Joy didn't tell us that sometimes when we are on the social media pages and all that kind of thing, and I go to a hotel like this and I'm taking my breakfast, and I need to be able to capture a few photos when I'm taking breakfast, and then I post that on my social media page. Some people will be sad if after 5 minutes they do not receive likes and all that kind of thing. Why? Because as youth, we love recognition, and that is what we are bringing to work every single day. I have a cousin who two cousins, all of them are sisters. One was working during COVID, both of them were working from home, but one started going to work because they needed to use the computer. But the other older sister is sitting at home having data with her and all that, having two laptops. But now my other cousin has that big, big screen, almost the size of this screen, at work and all that kind of a thing, and being paid well. But you know what? After working there for 6 months, she resigned. I asked her, why are you resigning from work? And she told me, it's because my job is not decent. Why are they not giving me a computer to carry home, and I have to flap this big one and then leave it here? But I need to be able to do my work even at home, just like my sister. You can see some of the things that really matters to the young ones, and I can't blame her for leaving the work. But probably the question I would ask the employer is, why did you buy a workstation instead of probably a laptop that someone can be able to carry, so that they can feel decent and all that kind of thing? It may look funny and small to us, but right now, some of those things really matter to dignify what it is that our young sisters and brothers are looking at. The next slide, I don't want to talk about it. But I just want to show you where KEPSA and Twiba are. Just go to the next stage. Of course, they are call 1 and 2. And I will not talk about call, so that then, because that's another day story. The funding that has already come on board for up to last year is 12.3 million euros that is being utilized by programs that are here in Kenya, and that is as of March of this year. And with that, we've been able to leverage another 17 million from partners. As I said, we are co-partnering with organizations like Twende and KEPSA and the rest of them. And so we bring 12, they bring 17. Of course, they bring more, a little bit more, which is good. And we have been able to disburse by the month of March about 7 million. So far, maybe a little bit more right now that we've been able to do that. It's not easy to create, and it's not cheap, it's not expensive to create jobs for the youth or to improve them, because it costs money. It costs money. Overall, we are using 640 to create or improve one job. CFOA is using 261 to create one job, of course, because of the partnership and all that we bring on board. That is what is costing. This is the cost of training, the cost of ensuring that the markets are there and all that kind of a thing. But that is what we are using currently. You can go to the other slide. Of course, these I'll just touch on a few things. So far, by December of last year, Kenya had been able to train 4,000 youth directly. Those are the ones that we are able to reach directly through organizations that we are working with, and also offer entrepreneurship support to more than 30,000 youth overall. So that is a big thing that organizations have been able to do. And so far, we are not so big in career support, especially because we don't want to go to schools or to ensure that those that are coming in are supported because they already have the skills. We want to reach out to those who are already doing something and supporting them in that area, or those who already are not working at all, and so they do not need career support, they actually need jobs and all that kind of thing. And that's the reason why you can see, well, in other countries, probably they look like they're doing good in career support. That's not our forte at all. So we are looking at a different thing altogether. If you go to the next one, just just talk about the jobs a little. And of course, I had disaggregated our jobs into Get, Match, and Improve. Overall, by December of last year, KEPSA is not in this number because I think we'll be reporting this year. Yeah, we reported in last year, no? This year. Your numbers are not here, so probably we have better numbers than what we have. I think we stand right now at almost 44,000 as we speak. So the results, as you can see them, we've been able to create, improve, and match 27,000 jobs, almost 28,000 jobs by December of last year. And they are disaggregated as you can see, more on the create and improve, and a little on match. And for women, we've been able to reach 10,000, almost 11,000 women with jobs, with matching jobs, mostly on the create side of jobs, which is also good. But of course, we are still struggling in terms of ensuring that then we are able to reach as many women as possible. Because if you think about 50% women, and we're talking about 27,000, then, and we are at 10,000, then we have a long way to go, yeah? We have a long way to go into ensuring that then this cake is divided 50-50. I don't want to talk about shares because let's just talk about cakes right now. So the other one, I think there is one more slide. Okay, this just go to the other one. This is just something to help us get to know, and the opportunities that we do have very quickly. We continue to collaborate with organizations as much as possible, because we believe that it's through that collaboration that we are able to bring as many organizations that are working with youth as possible. Currently, we are by the end of this month, we'll be rolling another six clients to make a total of 20, because right now we are working with 14. And so by the end of this year, we'll be having 6 more who are coming on board to also support us in that quest for ensuring that youths have jobs, whether they are being created or being improved. And all of them, they are from the agricultural sector, they are from the tech space, they are from the entrepreneurship and all that, because we believe there are youth that are there. And most importantly, also we have organizations that are also working with in the creative sector, which is good for us, because we also believe that youth that are also in the creative sector also need to we need to reach out to them so that we can highlight their talents, and through highlighting those talents, then they are also able to get their jobs. I don't want to talk much about that. Let me just go to the last slide on lesson learned. Just the other one. These are some of the services we also put together with the partnership that we do have. Just go to the last slide. Let me talk about these 5 key learnings that we've been able to pick on the ground, even as we went. One is about gender. We've talked about that a little when we're looking at the numbers, and we still continue to see that gap. And we are making deliberate efforts on our end to ensure that we are able to address some of the issues that are affecting companies that won't hire. We had one that is in the manufacturing space that won't hire men, not actually women, won't hire men, because men cause strikes and all that kind of thing. And I think it's something that now is being addressed and all that kind of a thing. So we are not just looking at where are the women in all this. We are also asking why is the boy child not being included? Because it's also important that to lead the hero as we move on and all that kind of thing. So meaningful youth participation is also very, very important. This meeting today is part of that. Meaningful youth participation. Want to participate. We want you to participate in what we are doing right from the beginning, because it is not, it does not belong to us if we are not being involved, isn't it? So it's good for us to be involved as early as possible, so that then we can participate right from the onset, so that we can own the process, just as we will own everything else that will come out of the process. The role of technology continues, as Ehud has said. It continues to be a big enabler for the program and the programming that we continue to do. And we are seeing it in many facets. And we continue to explore what it is that we are learning, and what it is that we can be able to do around the same. Currently, I think we have a learning agenda. We have a research going on the role of technology advancement in the creative sector, and we'll be rolling that out in the next month, so that then we can also be able to see and to showcase what we've been able to pick on the ground on what the youth are saying about the role of technology in helping them advance the creative sector as much as possible. Of course, we are talking about this decent work being broad. Just talked about that decent work is very broad. It depends on who has the lenses at that particular point in time, and where the lenses are looking at and all that. Our mandate as CFY is to ensure that then whatever the youth are doing is something that is legal, and it's something that dignifies them as much as possible, right from the pocket to the mind, and everything else that they do as much as possible. And we continue to explore as much as possible to be able to learn as much, but at the same time also continue to showcase or demonstrate what this means with examples of things that are working on the ground as we move on in the project. And the need to support private sector organizations, I've already mentioned that, and we continue to work as much as possible with organizations such as TWIVA and KEPSA to be able to run our programs as much as possible. For me, I think that is what I had prepared for us to be able to just give you a snapshot of who the challenge fund for youth employment are. Maybe what I did not say is the second slide or the third slide, the first slide actually. We are in partnership with two organizations, because Challenge Fund for Youth Employment is being implemented by Palladium, where we work. And then other consortium partner members are VSO. Everyone I think knows VSO, the one we used to call VSO Jitole, that's the one. And then Randstand. So those are the partners. So if you go to VSO in Kenya, they will actually talk about Challenge Fund for Youth Employment. When you go to Randstand is not here, supports mostly HR component of the program and all that. And of course, we partner with the Embassy of the Netherlands because this program is being funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands. So here in Kenya, the person who represents the ministry more is the Kingdom of the Netherlands Embassy in Nairobi. And we are happy because the partnership has been ongoing well. And we are happy that we can be involved in this kind of work. So for me, I think those are the things that I wanted to say. And karibu sana for the second cohort. I think I was here when we were beginning the first cohort, and I'm happy that the second cohort is coming in as lessons comes in to help us get to know what did we not do good and what can we do better in this. So thank you so much. My in-law, karibu sana.
Okay. Thank you so much. Kindly let's appreciate him again. Yes, Mwalimu, I hope I've done you proud. Anyway, one of the things that I want to appreciate that we've gotten an opportunity to learn is that kazi sio kazi, kazi ni decent jobs. Ama namna gani? Kazi si kazi, kazi ni decent work. And the other thing is that through this initiative, also businesses will get an opportunity to actually get sustainability through their operations. And so I think just before we get into almost the last bit of the program, just before we get into the panel discussion, I want you guys to just move your seat a bit. Songa nyuma kidogo, create some space. Just I think I want us to engage in a short exercise. As I told you earlier, I love nursery rhymes. So this is what we shall do. Are we together? How many of us are familiar with the song, I Will Make You Fishers of Men? Are you familiar with that? Sawa, sawa. So at the point where you get to hear fishers, you stand up. Then if you don't, you sit down. Are we together? We give it a try? I will make you. Okay, you say fishers as you go up and then you go down. Sindio? Yeah, okay, let's give it another try. Let's all sit. So you only say fishers as you're standing up. Are we together? Are we together? Okay, fine. I will make you. I will make you if you follow me. Good job. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. Okay, you've gotten the drift? You got in the drift? Okay, so we'll do it a bit faster. I will make you fishers. Fishers. I will make you. So if you follow me. Good job, good job. Give yourselves a hand. And so that we don't look like we are really mean to the audience that is online, please let us wave at them. Yeah, they can see us. They can see us, by the way. Let's appreciate them for being online and being with us. Yes. We are together. We are together. Okay, sawa sawa. I think right now I would like to welcome our panel. And so we shall have one of the businesses that had an opportunity to go through the program in the first cohort. So we have Washington Mageto. Washington. Yes, karibu sana. You'll have an opportunity to introduce yourself. Let's give him a hand. Then we'll have an opportunity to hear from Jacqueline Motune. And this is a business that will be doing or has been onboarded on the second cohort. Jacqueline, are you here? Yes, karibu sana. Let's give her a hand. Then the third person will have an opportunity to grace the panel is none other than Rose Wangondu. She's actually a business coach who actually facilitated coaching in the first cohort. Rose, are you here with us? Let's give her a hand. Then representing the youth and the digital reseller and an influencer within the Twitter platform, we have none other than Neston Joseph. Are you here? Let's give him a hand. And finally, we'll have our M&E manager from KEPSA, Brian Langat, who will be our panel moderator. So we'll have this for the next almost like 20 or so minutes, or even 15. Then we'll have an opportunity for questions before we get into celebrations. Thank you so much. Karibu sana, Brian.
Thank you, Ayaki. And thanks everyone for making time. A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Before I introduce and hand it over to our panelists, I'd just like to run through some conservative statistics about global commerce and about digital commerce and social commerce. So the global digital commerce market is projected to reach $6.3 trillion by 2026. And that market share is also expected to reach 8.1 trillion by 2026. E-commerce accounted for 19.2% of global retail sales in 2022. And that share is projected to rise to 24% by 2026. And the interesting fact about that is that 73% of the global retail sales transactions are expected to be made through mobile devices by the end of 2023. If we narrow down to social commerce was valued at 724 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow to 2.9 trillion by 2026. So if we zoom in on user penetration, by the end of 2023, it is expected that 33% of internet users will have made at least a purchase through internet. Thank you. So even as we have this discussion about the Internet of Things, social commerce and digital commerce, we expect that if we embrace, the more and more we embrace digital approaches to how we do our things, it will contribute to our scaling effort. And in particular, also, as we get to grow, we are bound to create more opportunities for our youth. And the earlier speakers made an emphasis that we are not only focused on creating jobs, but we want to create decent jobs and better still, be able to improve the working conditions of our existing employees. So to help us unpack that further, I'd like to invite our panelists to just share their opinions about a few things. I'll begin with Jacqueline Mutune. Jacqueline, as has been introduced, is the founder and director for Twende Leather. Twende prides itself in producing premium leather goods. So you're part of the SMEs that will be participating in the second round of implementation. So we'd just like to know what motivated you to express interest in the project and what are your expectations from KEPSA and Twiva?
My name is Jacqueline Mutune Mudoki. I'm the co-founder of Twende Leather Company. So we hand make premium leather products. So my expectation, okay, the reason why I applied for the program is we are looking into expanding our market reach and also enhancing our brand visibility as a brand. We are also looking forward to the market insights and intelligence, through the program, because it will now help us with defining or rather refining our social commerce strategy.
Yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. I'll hand it over to Rose. Rose, you were one of the coaches that supported the first cohort, and you'll also be supporting us through the second cohort. I want to believe that through experience, either within and without the project, you can share some common challenges that SMEs face when trying to adopt digital and social commerce strategies, and how do you plan to support them through this transition?
Thank you, Brian. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rose Wangondo, and I'm a digital business consultant and also a coach here. I was in cohort 1 and we are now in cohort 2. First is to congratulate every SME who have joined in cohort 2. Congratulations, you're in the right place. Let me start by saying, I know running a business is not easy. It's not easy. And I'm trying, because sometimes, some days entrepreneurs feel it's like they are juggling 100 things at a go. And now I'm imagining we are adding something else in your list, that is digitizing your business. It's overwhelming and we know that. But the good thing is, that is why we are here. Because if there's something that we cannot avoid at this era that we are, is digitizing your business. If you won't digitize your business, your competitors are doing that. And that is why you're seeing so many business, your competitors are doing so well because they have known the secret of digitizing their business. So with time, you'll be phased out, and that is why we don't want you to be phased out on the market. We are here to support you and make sure that you are at level with your competitors and even you're more than that. I have few challenges that I can mention that we've realized when we were working with the other cohort, with the other entrepreneurs. That is, in our previous cohort, we learned a great deal. And I can assure you that this cohort will be even better. Our goal is to help you digitize your business and drive sustainable growth. One of the biggest challenges that small and medium enterprises face when adopting digital and social commerce strategies is the overwhelming number of tools and platforms available. Many businesses owners find it difficult to know where to start or how to properly utilize these tools to actually generate sales. Business owners often struggle with transitioning from traditional methods to modern digital approaches, which is why we are here. We will guide you step by step, helping you identify the most suitable platform, create content that resonates with your audience, and implement marketing strategies that actually drive sales for your business. Another significant handle is authentic engagement. There's a difference between having a Facebook account, having a page, posting, and driving sales with it. And that is why we are coming in to help you differentiate on how you can make use of your platforms to make sales. In today's world, the number of potential customers online far exceeds those who visit your business in person. Kwa hizi streets za online, watu ndio wengi. If you compare with those people who just walk in, and when you take your phone and scroll through your Facebook, watu wenye wengi ni wenye tuko online. If you not leverage digital platform, whether social media, your website, or other online avenues, you're missing out a huge opportunity and frankly, losing money. Authentic engagement isn't just about posting content, but about creating meaningful connection with your customers. We will show you how to build trust and loyalty online, ensuring your digital presence is a true extension of your business. In addition, many SMEs face difficulties in digitizing their internal processes. From inventory management to customer relationship management, the right system software can significantly streamline your operations. There are so many softwares outside, and maybe you might not be able to know the exact software that can work with your business. And that is why we also come in to help you in that. However, with so many softwares options available, it's easy to feel lost. We are here to help you navigate this landscape and select the best system for your specific business needs, allowing you to run your business more efficiently and scale effectively. And for this to be successful, there is something as coaches, I'm here on behalf of the coaches. We are many. We are going to humbly request you. That is one, patience. Digital transformation is a journey. And while some changes will be immediate, others will take time to show results. So be patient with us. The second one is commitment. We know your time is valuable and you're busy people, but dedicating even a small amount of time to this process will yield tremendous reward. Please make time to engage with us when we agree. Then we have the third one, adaptability. The digital landscape is constantly evolving. Embracing new strategies and systems with an open mind will give your business the competitive edge it needs to thrive today's fast-paced environment. With your cooperation, we will not only help your business grow, but also create employment opportunities for the youth, contributing to the broader goal of job creation. Together, we can make lasting impact. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rose. Yeah. So Rose is part of the team that will be walking the journey with you. I know some of us are already in the digital marketplace. If you are, we'll help you refine those digital commerce strategies. If you're not, we will be here to see to it that you transition to the digital marketplace. Neston. Neston is an influencer, an experienced influencer rather with Twiva. So if you can just take the next few minutes to walk us through what influencing and digital reselling is, and what unique value do influencers bring to SMEs, particularly in helping them reach new customers and driving the engagement through social commerce.
Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, if you can hear me at the back, just wave. Thank you so much. My name is Neston, and I always want to identify as a young person. How many of us are 30 years and below? 30 years and below? Ah, great. I am actually 24. I'm sure you're asking yourself, hey, these kids grow too quickly, yeah? I'm an influencer with Twiva, and particularly I resell or I influence a brand to be able to help them, create, sales and drive sales. And I think the coach has, talked a lot about it. And one thing I find so unique with young people, even as Mr. Harrison was talking, thought about that who they support is either you're a young person or either you're working with young people. So I think even when Twiva came in, it came into a point of me asking myself, or there are a lot of opportunities that I'm hearing of young people left, right, center. How am I going to tap into these particular opportunities? And I think that's how I found myself in Twiva. And so ideally we work with businesses to help them ideally drive sales. So what Twiva platform has is that it has a reseller platform. So myself and other influencers, we have something called a shop. So that's where I add products from different businesses, and then I can be able to market them. I market them through TikTok, through Instagram, and through Facebook. He's asked a great question that how actually do we help this business drive sales? I'm sure you're looking at me and you're like, hey, you're saying you're an influencer, I've not seen you anywhere in these platforms. You're like asking, why don't we take some big person who is doing great things or who probably has like 1 million followers? And every time I keep on asking myself, as much as we want visibility, at the same time, don't we want to drive our sales, right? So you ask yourself that, and you realize sometimes that these small influencers, or rather medium influencers, because ideally you're partnering with medium and enterprises, they require what you call, one of them is storytelling. There are 7 million different enterprises. What makes you so unique, or why particularly did you start this particular business? And as people say, that don't speak to them buying that particular product, speak to people to have that need of, oh, actually I need this product. So part of what we do is we do like not just storytelling, but authentic storyteller. What particularly are you selling that people want? I've interacted with businesses, and then somebody asked me, Neston, how are you able to drive these sales every time? I've gotten a lot of customers from you than probably I've ever gotten from walk-ins. And I'm like, you know what, my friend, I've understood what you want, and I've stood what you're aiming at. So one big key factor that we help influencers with is storytelling. Number two, I'd mentioned, is creative campaigns. One, we are a young generation. I think I was just looking across the room, and probably more than 50% of us are just using their phones. And it's because you get distracted of how great things are online. And so for us is to be able to say, how can you be able to creatively get your business so that people can be able to see it in a creative way? Like you can be selling shoes, but how creative are you selling those particular shoes, And part of influencers, and I was just talking to fellow influencers there, part of what we do, we always want to speak the brand that we are representing, and the people we are representing, what the businesses. And I think we're talking with them, and I was telling them, most of us here will probably get their products from Shane, and they import them. But me, from that small medium enterprise, I told them, you know what, today, get me a very good shirt. I'm going to come here in the SME conference, and I'm going to tell them that the one way you're going to support SMEs is not just by funding them, but by actually buying their products. That should be number one and top priority. And I think that's, a bit of a nutshell of how we help, SMEs.
Yeah, thank you, Neston. Neston is part of a group of 900 influencers that are part of the Twiva team that will be working to support you. We'll be having 200 SMEs, and we'll match SMEs to your businesses. And the logic of matching is based on the influencer experiences and also the market niches that all of you represent. For those of us who are joining us online, if you have any questions, concerns, and follow-throughs, you can post them on the chat. We have our teams who will be responding to you. I'll now move to Washington. So Washington is the CEO and founder for Platdel, that is in the digital commerce. An interesting thing about Washington's business is that it started in the thick of COVID, when the world was busy trying to figure out how to maneuver the new normal. Washington saw an opportunity and set up Platdel, that is in the logistics value chain within the digital space. So I'll just let Washington to walk us through some of the key challenges you've faced in scaling your business, and how we can leverage on social commerce to address the challenges.
Awesome. Good morning. Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning. My name is Washington Mageto. I am the founder and CEO of Platdel, one of the growing e-commerce platforms we have in Kenya so far. What he's mentioned is that we began in 2020, but let me just add a bit of meat of how we began. We had a need to sell avocado, and we got 2 40-foot containers, and new in the business. We wanted to, be the champions of exports in the country. We weren't able to even get the first meeting, and the avocados ripened within the containers, and we could not sell. And this was about January 2020. So we were shy of COVID lockdown, yeah. And we tried to think about places where we could be able to sell. Our thinking was, why don't we then build? Because the other e-commerce platforms were a bit more bigger and could not support the kind of sales that we were trying to achieve. Even though the sales were a bit more ad hoc in a way that we did not anticipate to have the avocados, we did not anticipate to get them ripened in the containers and the likes, which I think most entrepreneurs get into such issues more often. You tend to think you can solve a problem by getting into the problem itself, and then you try finding yourself out. That's how we began. So we built Pladdle, the platform, and we decided to test it with affordable meals. You see how we pivoted very fast. The avocados, we gave them out. People made their hair with it. Some people did that. So a lot of things happened within that time, yeah. And after testing the platform with affordable meals of 100 shillings and so, we decided to allow multiple vendors to come on the platform. So as we speak, we have a 9-tier multi-vendor application system encompassing different vendors directly to consumers. We also have the third-party last mile logistics and fully integrated payment channels of wallets within the platform. That's what we have now. Now, the challenge we had when we began was, how do we get known? I know even now, some of you have just gotten to know us now. In our defense, we are dealing with a particular set of clientele. Hence the reason as why we've not dealt with external marketing, but Twila helped us last time in getting that particular audience with the general market. So what we had back then when we were starting was to leverage a few friends we had on Twitter. And that's how we got our first 6 buying clients. And we were able to build on top of that. By end of second month, we were doing about 100, 120 deliveries per day. So that was quite something within 2020. One of the challenge, and just to speak about the challenges, I have 3. I think technically for businesses of our caliber, the small SMEs and MSMEs, how do you get into a competitive market? There are a lot of people who are doing more or less similar things that we are doing. So the faster you get online, the better for you to capitalize on that particular market. Second thing is leveraging partnerships. Already in this room, I'm pretty sure someone can solve one problem that you had, either in logistics, either in production, either in communication. It cuts across board. So network and leverage within the different talents that we have here. And the third part, I think, is how do you navigate the legal structures or obstacles you might be able to face, which we did face a number of times in terms of regulations, getting to know if we integrate a wallet on our platform, do we need to go through CBK and the likes? If you integrate a payment channel, whom exactly do you talk to? Or who can give you a letter of no objection and the likes. So those are small things that were a bit of a challenge to us. And I think this particular set can be able to help us navigate through. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Washington. Washington is a classic example of a person who took advantage of a crisis and saw an opportunity through it. And even as we talk about social commerce, digital commerce, increasingly AI is also shaping the movement. And the World Economic Forum projects that by 2027, 23% of the global jobs will change. And this accounts for about close to 69 million jobs. That 69 million new roles will be introduced. So by the mention of that, do you see it as a looming crisis? Do you see it as an opportunity? I'll leave that to you to ponder over it. So I see we are short of time, so I'll just give you
30 seconds each to just wrap it up with some of the best practices and strategies that the SMEs that are looking to scale through social commerce could adopt, and more especially those that are traditionally not digitally focused. Yeah, what are some of the best practices and tips that you can share? You can just from you as we come this side.
Thank you once again. I think technically most of the people, you had given a good data in terms of the people on social media. Start small, leverage on that particular data, gather analytics, get to know who's doing what at any given time. You can integrate the likes of Google Notifies and the likes. If someone mentions something to do with your apparel or African attire and the likes, you get notified. You can, set up different channels that can be able to give you an edge above your competitors or above the market that you're having. So try and leverage, start small, build on the free tools, and move the business forward.
Okay, for me, I'll say invest in good photography. So the fact you're selling online, the first impression matters. So are you using your phone to take your photos? Have you gotten a good photographer to take very good photos of your product? So it's very important to have very good photos of your product. Number two, know your customers. Speak their language. Where are they? What do they want? Listen to your customers a lot. Mostly if you're in the you're making things. What do your customers want? For us, bags, they want with a laptop, they want a carry-on, they want their names inscribed on the bags. So these are very important things that we take very keen concerns to, and we make sure that you satisfy your clients. Number three, look at what your competitors are doing, but don't focus on what they're doing. Focus on satisfying your clients. We might be doing the same thing, but we might be attracting different clients. Same products, different clients. So understand who your customer is, focus on satisfying them. Just check what your competitors are doing, but don't focus on what your competitors are doing. Inaweza kupatia heart attack. Unaona, aya, mi siuzi, competitors wangu wameenda US, mimi niko Nairobi. So focus on just you, and then venye amesema to grow. Start small and then you grow. Yeah.
Mine, I will say digitization is the future. And every time you make a step towards it, your business is assured for growth and success.
I think for me, how we can be able to do that is one thing has been mentioned, understanding your audience. I think every time you talk to a client and you're like, have you been able to understand your audience? And they're like, oh, just say young people. And at the same time, you're selling plots of land. So how is that ideally so relevant to young people? So understand your audience. Two, influencer collaborations. You're running a small or medium enterprise. Try and think of what are some of those influencers who are ready to partner with my brand. You might not be able to afford a big influencer because of their rate card, but take a young influencer, tell them, this is what I want my brand to do. Are you able to do it? And then number one, we invest wrongly. For example, when you're promoting a brand, you want to boost your posts and all that. And, ideally that doesn't work because you don't have authentic posts. You're not doing your marketing with excellence. But now if you get an influencer who's very creative, able to do a very nice video, when you promote that with around $2, then it gets you sale of about $1,000. Think about it in the long term. So invest where it is right, especially in the marketing. And then another thing, when you're doing your post and all your posts in the social media and all in terms of the social commerce, ensure you have a great and clear, concise call to action. Don't talk too much about the brand. What is the call to action? What are you trying to sell? What are you telling people particularly? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We would have loved to take some of your questions, but we are short of time. So you can continue with the conversation on our chats, and you can also reach us through twende-digital@kepsa.or.ke. Yeah, I repeat, twende-digital@kepsa.or.ke. Thank you.
Wow. Give them a hand. It takes a lot of courage to actually go to stage and I really want to appreciate Washington. One of the things that we've gotten to learn from him is that start small. Don't despise humble what? Beginnings. Thank you so much for that, Washington. From Jacqueline, I think understand your customer or understand your audience. So that is also something that Jacqueline was able to share with us. And then from Rose, digital transformation is actually a what? It's a journey. It's a step by step journey and progress that you have to make. Lastly, also from Neston, it was the power of storytelling. How do you get to tell your story on the social media platforms? So right now we're going to get into celebration mode. How many of us love cake? Hey, Maze, you guys. How many of us love cake? Hands up. Okay, how many of us love a good time? Sindio? Sawa sawa. Hey, that's very encouraging. At least give yourselves a hand. You're not going to miss on cake, so I would like to invite the Chief COO, Joy Mwangi, to actually get us into launching officially this program through a small celebration that we have. So I would like to invite all the partners that are here from Twiva, CFYE, and also KEPSA. So our CEO, Peter Kironji, will join us right there. Joy Mwangi, our COO, we'll have Dr. Ehud also joining us there from KEPSA, and Mr. Paul. And lastly, we will have Mr. Ngatia joining us here for the cake cutting ceremony to indicate officially that we are starting off the program. Okay, we can encourage them with a song. Kata, 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 kiki, kata. Okay, let's take it up again. You guys must say, eh? Let's take it one more time. Kata, 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 keki, kata. Yay, the confetti is out. So just chill, just chill. The cake is coming to you once we're done shortly. Then we'll have an opportunity to also take photos. Yes. So I'll encourage the team. Okay. I'll ask them to come to the podium. We'll have a few photos that will be taken here at the podium. So we'll have the photo. The first photo will be a photo of this team with the implementing team. That's KEPSA, Twiva, and CFOE. So we'll be at the podium. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll have the first photo of the implementing partners of the program. Kindly just step on stage. So all team members from TWIVA, CFOA, and KEPSA kindly come to stage, please. If you represent TWIVA, KEPSA, or CFAE and you're in the room, kindly just proceed to the stage. Are you good? Okay, good job. All the ladies in the house say yeah. Aye, man. All the ladies in the house say yeah. I'd like you to move on stage, please. Yeah. We have a photo with all the ladies, and we'll have a photo with all the gents in the house. So please, all ladies in the house. Please come to the front, please. We have to show, hey, tulikuwa tumekuja. We were here. We were well represented. All the ladies in the house. Then after that, we'll have all the gents who are here. I think the photographers will help arrange with the arrangements. Sasa nyinyi yeah. Hey, yeah. Huh? Okay, so. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile. Hey, you are looking all good. Where? Mnakaa poa. You're good? You're good. Now, one more for confirmation. One more. Smile. Ooh. Okay. Good job. Let's have our seats. All the gents in the house, kindly proceed to the stage. I'm so sorry. All the gents in the house, please proceed to the stage. Ahu. All the gents. Thank you so much. All the gents. All the gents. Msiogope, wengine wakae hapa. Kaeni hapa, kaeni hapa. Hizi viti ni zenyu bwana. Eh. Hii ndio picha inaenda kwa magazine. Kwa hivyo ukiapia hapa mbele unajua utakuwa captured. Eh. Eh. Hiyo ndio picha ya Wazito. Sasa sijui kama Wazito wanaambiango wa smile.
We need more women for camera work because see a boy. Super. So I think I can ask one cameraman to hold fort for all the other cameramen. Pia waingie kwa picha, si ndio? Fantastic. All right. There we go. I like it. Women in mechanics. Great. There we go. Ah, super. Awesome. Very good. Fantastic. Asanteni. Magoti nakata. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the close of our event today. I will ask Dorcas, wherever she may be, to come and give us a vote of thanks. But even as we cut the cake will be right at the back. Feel free to have some cake on your way out. Wayaki, anything else I may have left out?
So in case for those who are wondering what are the next steps, what's the call of action after this, I'd like to invite Elijah, who will just give us that breakdown, and then we'll conclude with Dorcas, who will just give us a vote of thanks. I, who has been your host, my name is Wayaki. Thank you for joining this with me. It was a pleasure. Do have a good day, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I understand that we all received an email. That is the twende-digital.or.ke with a few next steps. The first step is to fill a baseline form that has some need assessments. Of course, we want to understand your needs so that we know how to support you. So please, if you've not, we understand that we have a few who are yet to complete the form. So if you are yet to complete that form, it's a Kobo tool. So please make sure that you do that. We also have a program participation form or an agreement that you need to sign that shows that you understand what the program is about and that you align with the objectives of the program. So if you've not yet submitted your form, kindly do so. We need that information before we begin now implementation with our coaches and everything. So if you've not checked your email, kindly do so as early as now or when you go home, go and check your email. We have a few next steps. And with that, I would like to invite Dorcas to for vote of thanks.
Thank you very much for everyone who has come. Thank you. I'll start with our partner, Safeway. Thank you so much.